Okay, action. I grew up in Abadan, south of my country, Iran. Abadan, I said, different, physically and everything, very different with the traditional Iran, That place is a little bit like New York, oil country, old city, pier and so many things like that. And you can see in my film Runner, actually. I learned about cinema, I live with the cinema, I work in cinema more than anything before in my life. Even I work in cinema, didn't go to a school. I sell the, Pepsi, Coca, this, popcorn, that kind of things, and cleaning the cinema. And sometimes I sleep there, always my life in cinema. I work in the cinema as a projectionist or as assistant projectionist. And I grew up with that kind of sensibility, the European and American cinema. I don't remember when I want to be filmmaker or when, involved with cinema, but I grew up with it. Besides the cinema, I have life in the street, because I grew up in the street, without family. No father, I don't remember I have father, and my mom is, gone very early in my life. Then I work in cinema, slowly I find that I have something to say about my personal life. I find that this is my home, and this is the place I can express myself. This is the place I can share my experience with the people, and I dedicate my life to cinema, and cinema helped me to say something very deeply and very honestly from the life I have in the street and, the way I grew up. Cinema and Amir, same.
که داری میری وگرنه با هم یه سینمایی میرفتیم سینما؟ ما عاشقشم منم که سینما خیلی دوست دارم میخواستی دایی تازه واسه در بیارم
Originally, I want to be conductor, Conducting or cinema, both for me, is always same as a filmmaking. And then I become the photographer. That's very early in my life. And as a photographing the behind the scene, the film. More than that, I have a chance to work with every director in the new wave of Iranian cinema, as an assistant, as a photographer, so many things, And I learn a lot, but always I know I have something to say in a different way. Use the medium more than tells the traditional story. Not just with dialogue or something or scene or particularly things like that. I find that no, magic of the lens, every lens, for example, this lens now, 2-3 meters, too far from me, something magic happened between that lens and my, my face and from my heart, and this is camera also too. And I find that this is the most, there's the magic of the cinema. In the space between the character and lens and camera and sound and everything. Everything I learn myself, actually. Honest with you, I'm very lucky to see the good people in my life, learning from them. I'm very obsessed with Stanley Kubrick. And then I get obsessed, go to Europe for opening the night of the 2001 Space Odyssey in London. And I bet with my friends, very big risky. I said I want to go there and get the first ticket from that opening night. I get a ticket, I meet Mr. Kubrick, and change my life. Okay? Then I come back to Iran, and after let's say, 1 year or 1 year and a half, I make my first film, Goodbye, My Friend. People says, not me, I don't know, maybe wrong or right. It started to make the new wave, the cinema from street. Say something about the city. And each city can raise the one person very different way. For example, one young man in Paris, very different to one young man in Copenhagen. Totally environment, feeling, culture. How can make the film in the city? How can show the character in the city, walking, talking, go to this? You see the environment, like Rossellini, for example. You know, we missed that part. I find that this is how I should do it.
Non te giun, no, te fartoccia!
Mi faccia dire secondo, scende. Ci sono di testa.
Ora, coach, scendi di cortici. Basta.
I try to bring the sense of the street. You know, for example, you know, you guys have French cinema has it. I think is, you know, a new wave mostly. You know, there's for example, Breathless or this or that. You can see the Paris. You know, for example, Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg walking, and before the sunset, light is coming. You know, the night you feel what is Paris or what is this, you know, Saint Michel or this place or that place or inside the one studio like this. Today, maybe not exist. Maybe everything just changed. I try to bring it that one. I jumped to my second film, looked like 10 years experience, my second film, because I know about life, I know how to do it. In this film, like university for me, I learned how to, my next film, how to do it again in the way, in more correct way. In the 2 years, I did 3 big films, like Goodbye, My Friend, like second one, Tangna, I don't know French title anyway, and Tangsir. And I get very big money, get very, very big shot and famous. But one day I'm drinking one night, and I go to a street, raining, and I'm screaming, and I talk with myself, Amir, what do you want to do? You want to be, make the film for audience, or make the audience, you know, like it, or producer, or this, or commercial, or this, or that, or you want to talk about something else? I said, I want to talk about myself. I have freedom. I never talk very academic way to my actor. Never said, you know what, you should do this, do that. I live, the first kids should be trust you, okay? For example, Majid Nurman, he's young, you know, I think 11 years old, you know. His family, you know, it's not easy to get the kids and bring them, you know, 6 months. And also I put myself slowly in the inside the heart and brain of the person. No matter what, who is it, okay? They never know when it's happened. One day, they becoming me. If I says action, that thing's ready. I remember, for example, work with Majid. I says action. I find that he's not ready. I says impossible. I'm gonna stop the film. One day, 2 days, I think I stop it, and I go with him, walk with him and go to one room and talk with him slowly. Then he find it exactly what I want to talk, and he become Amir. Tomorrow morning, I says action, boom, he did it perfectly. I think nobody can play the Amir and runner like Majid, because Majid himself, because he at that time is young runner, running, you know, that's how I find him, and he know what is his goal, what is his win, what is the lose. What is it? Because runner, you should go to game, go to competition from here to there. He know about it. Then he brings so much thing to my idea and to my experience, and he make it something very different way. Work with the kids everything came from trust, only, But one thing I do it very badly, very goodly actually maybe. From first I said to everybody, nobody talk with this character. Nobody. Nobody talk to my kid. If he need water, never give it to him. I give it to him. I says, even the car accident him, don't help him. I'm responsible. I want to be here alone and tristy and not be thinking he's a star. You know, or he big shot, or big deal, or big that. I make him, my character, very isolated, but I'm very carefully, I'm looking to them and help him. Of course, you know, that I'm very, very, very controlled and responsible about it. Other actor, I work in America, 5, 6 films in Japan or Italy. I try to make him isolate. Nobody talk with them. Action, cut, go sit in the car.
いいもの持ってんなお前。
おどうす。
はい。白旗が。
グラム17。無月物語。
悪かよ。
溝口健二。
グロッキーかおい。
1952年。33年。プログラム36。歴史は女で作られる。マクスワルです。1955年。
I try to act or never see each other. Never, for example, between the two shots, ha ha ha, talking or this or that. No, no, never. I want the eyes be hungry, eating be hungry, and they says action, feelings come up between the two faces. This space, like me and camera, some magic should be happen. First of all, I'll not leave my country because political or good or bad. Nothing. This is stuff very cheap for me. Nothing. I'm ambitious. I want more and I pay more it. Pay for my life and my time and my energy and my future. In America, very difficult to make movie, you know. But one thing, I bring the experience as a filmmaker from Iran. How to use the camera, how to use the sound, how to do this, how to editing this, that. Now I need the culture, okay? I take so much time to get into it because I hated to make the film, for example, one Iranian person in New York or one Italian person in New York. I liked that kind of film, but I want to make the film about, for example, Parisian people in Paris. That's the reason in America I find that I don't want to make a commercial movie. No, no, no. I want to make it my own movie. The movie about subway, movie about street, movie the things I believe it, and sound and image. One of my favorite films, Sound Barrier. Then I try to find the money in different way in America, you know. I become the producer. For example, I find the one cameraman. I said, you have camera, you have sound, you have this. Okay, we can be partner. I bring some money, you bring some money, and people put some money. We make a film with my control.
Hey! Hey!
Everything about my control, even right or wrong. Because I know what I want to do, I cannot explain what I want to do. One thing, trust me, that's it, cut. Everybody go home.
You're just going to stay straight. I mean, the name of the street can change, but don't worry about that. Just keep going straight until you see Houston Street. Houston. That sounds like some shoe street. And you're going to make a right. And you're going to go about 4 long blocks, get in the left lane.
Then I went to Japan, big risk. I said I want to make the Japanese movie A to Z. You know, well, I did it. Actually, I'm very lucky to get the best prize as the best director in Japan. It's very surprise for me. And I get to Italy. I said I want to make the film in Italy, not just Italy, period movie, 1,230 years ago. And I did it. My last film is Monte. They said, you know the language? I said, no. How you to do it? I said, I know the language of cinema. How you use this camera and this sound and mood and atmosphere and movement and body language and human nature and bring it to a screen. like battle, my film is always. I remember my last film in Italy, 75 people, because I work with the 3 camera, very big, this, that. We said, okay. I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually Maria, my assistant with me, it's translated. I said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go 3,500 up to mountain in the Alps. We never come back until the shooting finish. I tell you from now, if you don't want it, don't come with me. I don't know how you eat, how you go to toilet, how you go to this, how to this. No cell phone, no life, no this, no eat. I don't know. But experience. They said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to cut the mountain. They said, how you can do it? I said, I don't know. But I want to cut this mountain. Look into that mountain, I want to cut it. And finally, I did it and finished and coming down, and they're my best friend in my life. One thing I should mention it to young director or to other people or to anybody involved with cinema or want to be filmmaker, they are filmmaker. I never make the film if I never know from the beginning how I can edit it and sound design for it. And first I'm going to start to find the location. I don't care about the script or this or that. I find the one location, I get engaged with the location, then I find the story for that location, then I find the actor for that location, then I find the cameraman for that location, everything this, that. Then I know every movement, where to go. Editing is mostly the art, only art in cinema, in the way you can change the one film, or make it good or make it bad. And editing and sound, I learned it from the Kurosawa. Of course, Kurosawa-san Japanese, and I'm very lucky to meet him, a couple of times in Japan. Actually, I studied a long time saxophones. I love saxophones for the long take. I love the Laura Montez, I like the Madame Du, I like the whole that La Ronde, that kind of film. And same time I like Godard, because I think it's Godard one of the most great editor in cinema. Godard, oh my God, Godard can make anything with editing. One shot from for example, there's the environment, one shot the one person with the bicycle, Natalie Bay, in the street, and one shot his car is coming. He put this stuff and some sound and some little music coming, leaving, he makes something new that's called cinema. I learned a lot from the Godard, a lot. And of course, Orson Welles, and of course, Howard Hawks. These people is amazing, of course, there's a Melville, Melville, very, very important, there's for the sound. You look at La Samurai, first 7 minutes, no dialogue. Just Alain Delon in the room and coming out this, that, and go to, they're storing the one car and bring out the key, 1 key, 2 key, 3 key, and then one of them work, and car, there's starting, the rain coming, and the one red light, and looking to one woman in another window, and this and that, and go, cut. 7 minutes. Tells you everything without dialogue. This is the pure cinema. For me, cinema, first editing, and second, sound design, and location, then a story. From beginning, I tell everybody, if you come with me, this is the train in the station, okay? Boom, 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 ready to go, okay? 8 o'clock. Okay, people coming. I said to them, this is symbolic, okay? I said, hey, if you get in the train, come with me in this film. After 1 hour, this train speed is go very up. You know why? Because we should pass the hell and fire. You can, if you get regret in the middle of the work with me, you should jump in. I cannot stop the car because for other people. But if you stay with me, I stay with my experience, one day, this film is finished, this train is go to distance, stop in the last step I wanted, which is like marathon, and then you see the one window. If you open that window, you see the heaven, that heaven cinema, and you never forget.